Imagine, if you will, sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper.
Yo, it's your boy Zeta Don, and we are back at it again with another episode of Inspired Empire Podcast. Today we got Solo. We actually had him on this podcast last year around the same time. But we talked about the loss of his brother, you know what I'm saying, how he was coping with that. Today we're actually going to be talking about safe spaces. What has, you know what I'm saying, you intrigued to come on the podcast and talk about safe spaces?
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro. Bro, yeah, like we was just talking earlier, I left last year's podcast, and I left here to go visit my cousin who, he ended up passing away at the hospital. My cousin Samuel, and so that was kind of tough on my family. It was heavy on our family. It was like he was a pretty big part of our family. And so we lost him right after, around maybe a few days after this podcast. And then that summer about a couple weeks later, I lost another cousin, my cousin Kia. And then after that, I lost a friend, Maui. And then after that, I lost another friend, Jason Sweat. And it's August. My anniversary's in August. I celebrated my wife's anniversary and my mom's birthday, which is the same day, at my homie Sweat's funeral. So, and then in November, I lost another old friend, Yama, a childhood friend.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't even 50. Yeah, Sweat wasn't even 50. And then in November, I lost my best friend's mom, who was a second mom to me, Shauna Robinson. So from May, early May, late May, June, till November. Yeah, I had a lot of loss.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry to hear that. That's It's funny because around the same time last year, I remember explaining that I had the same amount of losses. So and then for you to come back on and talk about that, that's crazy.
Yeah.
When you went through that, what type of things was you feeling?
The only thing was heavy, bro. It was heavy, and what I had to do was be strong for my family, cause I'm one of the older, and so my cousin was like, man, losing Looney, man, losing my cousin Sam was tough. He was such a big part of our family, and then he had sisters and my cousins, Teresa and Josie and Lisa and everyone. It was so hard, and then my big cousin, his dad, just to watch my family go through that, and all I could do was be strong for him. And I'm watching, and me and my cousin Kia, these other men that I lose these next months, they're there with me in that space. We're burying my cousin, and then in a few weeks I'm gonna help bury Kia, and then a few weeks after that I'm gonna bury Sweat. So these men are in this space with me at this time, and I don't even know what's gonna happen. Right now we're all dealing with my cousin's death, and so, dude, I was just kind of numb, and so, but all I could do was be strong for my family, because that's all I could really do. So I was just kind of going through the motions of trying to tap into this masculine energy of being a leader, being confident,
sucking it up,
just sucking it up.
Forward.
Yeah, and just trying to hold it together. And I'm losing it, in the bathroom, at the house,
alone.
Yeah,
nobody to talk to.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
How we do it.
And I'm just like the emotion, Anyways, and so I go through this process trying to heal, and I wake up, bro. I would wake up and just think of this urge to die. No lie, bro. I never thought of dying ever, bro. I would wake up and be like, what the fuck? And then I would just go through work like a zombie, just kind of
you ignoring the traumas.
I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was just in the space, and then all I could do was just go through the motions of hey, how's it going, so and so at work, and oh yeah, just going through the motions, and because I had done it with my parents' death, with my brother's death. But this was like 5, 6 people, like day ones, just like,
Back to back to
yeah,
back to
back to back. And I was keeping it together. I didn't realize that it was fucking me up, bro.
Right. Is that so? Was that all just COVID or?
Nah, these were health issues. A lot of it is just health issues. And then COVID related,
Yeah.
and that was another thing I had to deal with, the COVID thing was traumatic, bro.
It hit the
like,
it hit the Polynesian culture pretty.
oh
pretty
man, we were
hard.
number one. I mean, like, and a lot of that was misinformation, bro. And I got a lot of my people on social media. I got into a lot of my own people over the misinformation, and
I think I remember you posting something about that because you
Yeah.
was like telling everybody you guys
Yeah,
got to do
man.
better as far as like health wise, right?
yes, and that's what I'm saying. It's just so much. There's too much information out there for us to be misinformed. If you're critically thinking, there's way too much information. Everyone should be informed on the facts. And so I felt like my people, there was a lot of, you know, scapegoating. There was just a lot of politics involved in it. People politicized it, and no one really took in the facts like the health, And so that's a touchy subject, I feel like for our people.
Right.
And so I'm a firm believer. I'm vaccinated.
Yeah.
Got my boosters. I mean, I came to this island, bro. What do you do when you go to school? You get vaccinated. Since when did we stop? When did we start politicizing something that we did all our lives, bro? I mean, like,
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I'm not vaccinated. I should get it, but
it's your right, and that
Yeah.
you got a choice as an American, and that I'm cool with that too.
Yeah.
But too many people are politicizing, both sides.
yeah, I get that. I mean, I understand. Like as a kid, I did get vaccinated. Like as a kid to go to school.
Yeah.
But like with me getting older, and then I read
Yeah,
some books of like how
exactly.
what happened with slavery.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just
Now
like,
let me we don't have the measles anymore because of vaccines. Now you're starting to see these old diseases kind of work its way back into our society because people are not vaccinating their kids, and so that just like COVID, bro. I mean, I'm not Dr. Fauci or nobody, man, but I got enough information to know that it's another form of the flu, but it's I don't even want to get into like the
Yeah.
wormhole of that
I
bullshit.
feel you. I feel you. Yeah, that's a
But
whole
I'm all
different
about
conversation.
information. I'm all about education. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna go with it all comes back to, we talk about all the time, bro. It all talks about us, bro. If we're knowledgeable in ourselves, you don't need nobody can tell me nothing, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
So like just with your deaths and just everything that you went through, how did you cope with it?
oh bro, I didn't know how to cope with it. All I did was I just kind of went through the motion hoping. I was just, I'm a person who I don't necessarily pray, but I manifest. So,
Right.
To me it's the same fucking thing. So I just like put it out there like, damn, I need help. Like I just looked in the mirror like, damn, what the fuck? Like why am I dude, it was a weird space, bro. I would wake up and like picture my own funeral, like or picture like people saying goodbye to me. I didn't know what the fuck that was. I was like,
You feel like it was like because you were kind of just you felt
I
like
don't know if-
surrounded by death or
well, I think it was I don't know. Maybe it was the trauma involved because these people were so close to me. I don't know if it was.
because like for me because mine's a little different. When I did speak to you on that podcast a year ago because I was going through the same experience. I had like a couple friends commit suicide, and 2 years later I had 2 friends get killed. I had family members end up passing away from COVID. I had another cousin pass away in prison. So like for me,
Wow.
it wasn't like I felt like I was surrounded by death, but it was just like I mean it makes you think about it like death. How
Yeah,
quick.
I think you're in that energy, man,
Yeah.
and you're in that space, and you get consumed by it, and then like you're trying to, and I think I was trying to tap into like my sis Yama who passed away, and my second mom Shauna. I was just trying to find a way to connect with them on some kind of level, and I don't know if I was doing it in my sleep subconsciously or does that make sense? And then I
Mhm.
was just trying to find answers, bro, and it wasn't until my cousin Jakey, reached out to me, and he works for a resource center, PICTAR, which helps my community, which is, and so with his resources, they were having a trauma response uh, training, and he invited me to it, and I jumped at the opportunity, bro, and I went in there, and they kind of like they just talked about how to be protected, how to feel protected, and some of the things that can help us with trauma. And I ended up I was able to be vulnerable in that space.
Right. So like it's like a circle full of people, or
It was more like it was when you walked in, it was just like a gathering of a lot of it was a Pictar, the women of Pictar and some of the community, and so they went around the room and they just asked, tell us a little something about yourself. What are you here for? And then I got to speak about my brother because really that was my immediate trauma, really. But I didn't realize I hadn't really thought about all these losses. My main trauma was really just trying to, because I always thought I was always taking all that trauma back to my brother. Like everything was connected to that initial loss, bro. So
I mean, do you feel like you took on those same deaths the same way you took on your brother's death?
nah, not
No,
necessarily. Cause
just different. Huh?
yeah, I blame myself for my brother, but like just the loss of like not being able to be there. Does that make sense? Was because I was there for my homie Sweat when he got sick that first day. I called him every day and like I would cheer him up like, bro, just keep moving around. These are the kind of exercise you need to do. And he sounded great, bro. And then he was just gone,
Just
gone,
like that.
bro.
It's
Gone.
like crazy how quick, you know what I'm saying, how quick that can happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like for your support, um, how did that make you feel to be able to be vulnerable?
Oh, bro, at the trauma, dude, it was a lot like being here. I feel like this is your podcast is that space where I can be. That's how I feel like I can let things out. And so I was able to. They just asked me who I was, and I just started going about my business. Like, oh well, I'm solo, whoop de whoop de whoop. Gave them the spiel, and then I got to talking about the trauma, and my voice started breaking, bro. And I
Cracking.
realized that I was just holding all these in, and then I was able to just get it out though. But I I was able to be heard, and then they told me these things that I could do, you know, and just basically I felt safe.
Right.
And that day I just walked away, and then I met Susie Phelps, who started Pictar, and she wanted me to come to to a men's support group called GOGI Lifers, and that just took me on another level of like, healing, to help me heal, and I started learning these amazing life tools for.
So I
Bruh.
mean, like, have you ever been to therapy?
Never been to therapy,
Never been to
fam.
therapy because I
My
was gonna
therapy,
ask you the
yeah.
difference. Because like, I mean, for therapy, honestly, I ain't gonna lie, it felt like when I was going, not like they was trying to tear you down or nothing, but it's like they listen to you, but obviously they gonna make a suggestion, right? But it's like more kind of like a mirror in a way. Like in that support group, they're not judging you,
Right,
you know what I'm saying? They more just
right.
supporting you. So
So the reason why I gravitate to the support group is because you're talking to people who's actually experienced that shit, and like they're able to take the tool, give an example about the tool, how they used it that day. Uh, and man, these are, bro, the GOGI lifers. It started in prison basically to help inmates give these positive life tools to inmates. And man, these dudes in these meetings, bro, they're out for like they've been out for like 9 days after 20-year bids, fam. uh 2 months after doing a 10-year bid straight, bro, 20 years, like, and they get released and they're using these life tools like stuff like belly breathing, knowing to be the boss of your brain, and like these all these life tools that are helping people not just communicate but heal, fam. Like I started learning this shit, bro, and I started taking it out into the world and started using it in my daily conversations, fam. And I started realizing, you know, I started realizing a lot about myself. I started to heal, and it all came from like tapping in tapping into something we've already got. Does that make sense, bro? I was just able to find it in with these support groups that gave me these life tools, and I took advantage of them, fam. It's
Do you,
powerful.
because like we got to talk about toxic masculinity. You know what I'm saying? So like when you worked through this process, did you ever feel like it was hard for you to break down that barrier to do that?
Oh, bro, I had to strip it all out, bro, because I'm very toxic. Dude, I'm not even the same dude from 5 years ago, bro. I was very toxic, bro.
Yeah, we all
Very
are.
toxic.
We all are. Because I feel
Does
like
that make sense? I didn't know what. Yeah,
we all are. Because I mean, we were taught that.
yeah. That's that patriarchy, that that upbringing of patriarchy, where if you go all the way back to fairy tales, bro, the king gives his crown to who? His son, his first son. He don't give it to his daughter. They give it to the first son, and that's been the way it's been. That patriarchy, where men are. You don't say humankind, bro. We say mankind. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Those set of, like, at least in my opinion, that set us this world that I believe, like, that's where men are dominating, and that it's okay, bro. To When I started researching on masculinity and toxic masculinity, and we actually all have both sets. We have a masculine energy and feminine energy, but it becomes toxic when we use it as a chokehold, or in my what I think is use it to an advantage. And like masculine energy is what I know as a confident energy, a leader. You know what I'm saying? That type of energy, a problem solver, that type of energy. Feminine energy, flowing like a river. Like, they don't care about the world. They're very spiritual. Does that make sense? It's a knowing, bro. Whereas masculine energy is more of knowledge, but the women, or the feminine energy, we associate it with women because that's what women are. If you think about it, they're nurturing. That- but we all have it, but we lose it when we get a certain age, like preteen. If you watch two boys, bro, they'll play with each other, love on each other, hug each other. When they get a certain age, bro, they stop doing that, bro. And that's because these set of rules that I believe we have teaches us bottle up the emotions. You need to be a leader. Now you're in competition with this dude. You can't be. Does that make sense? That's when it becomes toxic. And men grew up in this society, and then we use it to chokehold women through violence, anger, manipulation, and then feminine energy. It can be used. We become insecure. That's toxic feminine energy. If you notice, bro, like a woman, if you don't do nothing, someone be like, you ain't gonna do nothing about that. That's that's toxic. You feel me? Because now the
She's
dude
putting you in a
feels like, well,
situation.
wait a minute, hold up, what am I supposed to do? Whereas a real feminine energy would be like, hey, there's another way to dialogue. Does that make sense? It's not a masculine way of problem solving. So, dude, after learning all that shit, bro, that shit kind of set me ablaze. I started to get in this space of learning it, and I just started sponging all that shit up. And then, bro, what I found is once you identify something and realize something, this part of your brain, and this pineal part of your brain, and the front part of your brain, bro, it kicks into gear and it helps you problem solve, bro. But you got to identify, bro. It's like identifying you're a piece of shit. I knew I was a piece of shit at work. I was toxic at work, bro. I would bully dudes to do what I wanted to do.
That's construction, though.
That's
That's how
construction is
construction
toxic,
is.
bro. And ever since I peeped that out, bro, I'm a different dude. And my homies will tell you, bro, I was rough at work, bro.
I mean, football.
Football, I was
Football,
rough.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that whole situation,
These gender roles,
that's
man,
just, I mean, that was how we were, though.
That's
like,
what I'm. That
man the
patriarchy.
fuck up. Like, that's who we are. You know what I'm saying? When we hit the field, man the fuck up. Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no crying over here.
And
We'll figure it out. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
sports
So,
used to be a safe space.
yeah.
But now it's become toxic because now it's that locker room talk where I'll give you an example, bro. If you notice, bro, I started to learn this is where I start to learn. If you ever watch me play football, bro, for the most part, I get pretty crazy, but I'm very. I try to always. I always show sportsmanship. I always hit a dude clean. Try to. I always try to keep it real fair, and I think that comes from true masculinity. Does that make sense? Toxic masculinity. We know a couple dudes we play with.
Yeah.
We know. You feel me? Good friends. Toxic. You feel me? And that's just that patriarchy, bro. And we've got. I'm not. I'm not here trying to be a feminist or anything, bro. But I'm just saying, as men, until we tap into the feminine energy and realize that we also have it, bro, you can always tell a dude has got that is balanced with his feminine energy. I've researched and I found that I'm almost there, bro. I don't walk a perfect path, but I'm very in tune with my feminine energy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm nurturing friends. I can get into an emotional space if my friends need me to be emotional. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is it's so powerful when we as men, especially young men, when we learn that shit, fam, it's empowering, bro, and it's gonna help us. I promise.
For young men though, it's hard though, cause like I mean, like they say, we don't pick up certain things in the mind till we turn about like
25.
29,
Yep,
I think it is.
we don't access this till
Yeah, we don't access
You
our
right.
whole brain till we like 29. So a lot of
Yeah.
stuff we do, like when we say boys are gonna be boys, is because we literally just don't really grow like that. I mean, our bodies grow.
Right.
Obviously, we gon' you know what I'm saying, grow muscles. We look more
Right.
mature, but our minds just ain't there. So like a lot of stuff that we do, we just doing fucked up shit because our minds literally not processing anything. We just process emotion, and we just like,
Yeah,
I
bro.
feel like this, so I'm gonna just do this. And you don't think about it. And once you do it, you're like, oh damn.
Oh, bro,
I did that.
I ran on emotion. My whole half my life was on emotion, bro. I was operating from old habits, emotion. Like I can think back to all my troubles, bro. I was operating from a very, like you said, bro. We don't access that part of our brain, but guess who does though, bro? Women do. They've been, we're when they're walking, bro. We're still playing and shit. You know what I'm saying? When they're, I
True.
mean, they walk before us. They pick up things faster. They're more detail oriented. It's just the facts. And if you look at it, bro, that's what I believe this toxic masculinity comes from. Because if you look at a woman, bro, and I'm just being real, bro. Who carries the baby? Who creates the life? I know we give them that dick. You know what I'm saying? But who actually makes the babies, bro? Who actually nurtures them for 9 months, bro? And and so at some point, you could look at them as, imagine if men were able to do that. We'd be running shit. Like, well, we already are to some degree, but like, if we had that stranglehold, if women knew their power, bro, they could,
Yeah. I mean,
But women are balanced. Does that make sense? They
could take certain
they
things, man.
they got
like pain wise and everything.
bro,
Like, I
and
couldn't do half that shit.
But we are such in a patriarchy. Another example is, bro, kids nowadays, this is what they do nowadays. They say, I love you, no homo. Now that is letting your homie know that I'm being sensitive, and because I love you, I'm being gay, so can I get a pass?
Yeah.
You're associating homosexuality. Does
With
that
the
make
words, "I
sense?
love
That's toxic, and and it's sad because my daughter who's LGBT, and my cousin who's LGBT, you know what I'm saying. But if you notice, bro, that they're very in tune with who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? And so, as men, all we got to do is realize it, bro. We don't have to if you identify and realize it, bro, that's all you need, because that's when growth that I found, that's when growth starts to happen. When you identify and you realize that you're a dirtbag, that you're toxic. Once that happens, bro, the smart part of your brain kicks in, pull up on you, and all it does is give you positive decision making. This is what I'm learning in these safe spaces, fam. And I think more men need to take advantage of these safe spaces.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
because it's funny you say that. Like with me, I've noticed certain things about like a conversation with my girl. Say if I get in an argument, I start to notice certain things about me, the way I communicate, compared to the way she does it. Because there are some things she does, but like it's not even about what she does. It's about more what I do because I'm the one that makes more of a scene. Because like you said, that
Yeah.
toxic shit pops out because when I feel like
You get
attacked,
yeah.
I'm like my voice starts to raise.
Yes.
I start to poke my chest
Aggressive.
out. Like I'm more aggressive. So like I've been working on that. I just don't know how to handle it because I am who I am. Like
Well,
they, it's rough for me because I'm like, well, if I am calm, and then this is where it'll be like I feel like she's starting to overstep because she's like, once I am calm, she's feeling like, oh,
yeah, because now you're getting into
Exactly.
your own part of
Yeah.
your brain where you're like, okay, she's trying
Yeah.
to get over on me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's just
So it's like it's that common ground that you gotta find, but at the same time, you gotta acknowledge that not
that's
after, but during, which is hard.
that realization and identification. You're already just from what I've been learning. You're already there because you're already admitting that, like you're being insensitive or you're being a certain way. Like I said, once you identify that, you start to slowly start identifying. Then you're like, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. Or you start to make these positive changes, and I think that's because subconsciously, your brain, the smart part of your brain, starts to analyze and starts to make decisions for you. Because the smart part of your brain that I found out in these GOGI life is where all the new learning takes place, bro. That's the part that we don't access as men till we're in our late 20s. You know what I'm saying? And so we're not accessing new information. We're not problem solving. None of that shit. We just grunting, bro. We just cavemaning it till we find a feminine energy that helps us. And once you find that feminine energy, what do? You marry that feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? My wife is a big reason why. And you know what I'm saying? And why I've tapped in and, learned these things.
So it was funny that you brought up a point of, hey, it's toxic, but you gonna love it over here. But like as far as like you were talking about kids, right? Haven't you? Because like once you brought that up, it was just like in my mind it sparked like your parents is the first ones to teach you that shit,
Yeah, bro.
like
You
in
learn
a
it.
weird way.
Oh, bro, you learn it. You learn it when you. I saw it. Fortunately, I had some decent parents, bro. My dad didn't abuse my mother. You know what I'm saying? They were just hardworking immigrants, bro. They didn't. They were just trying to survive, bro. They gave me. I got fond memories of my parents, but like, what was toxic about their relationship was the problem solving part of it. They solved problems arguing. Like my dad was very calm. He had a amazing feminine energy, bro. He sit there and just take it and just listen. While my mom was very toxic, and that's where I get it from. My mom was very aggressive, and I always associated it with passion, bro. But she would try and intimidate my dad, you know. And man, my mom was a very toxic woman, but not so much in a way where for me it was a positive. It was positive because she was very because she was passionate and she always held it back. If that makes sense, she would go to the limit with my dad, but she would never go there. She always and so I was able to see good examples of balance, and masculine energy. And see, I grew up, dude. I grew up around the feminine energy. Aunts, cousins, all women, bro. And so I tapped into that early, bro. Like they were. I mean, man, yeah. I got fond memories of my cousins, you know, teaching me things like in the islands, going to their houses and like just learning, just learning about tapping into that feminine energy. And so I've always been in tune that way. Always been a little sensitive, always kind of. And so I think that's why I think about things more deep than other folks. And so yeah, so that's why healing and these losses were, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, for me, because like in the black community, I was raised by my mom for the first half of my life. So like, when my mom, I ain't gonna say like she was toxic, like how you say she was toxic. And I don't even know if she knew it, but like as far as me doing anything, like, oh, what you doing that for? That's gay. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, or like for me, that was real traumatic. So it took a traumatic point of like, if anybody called me gay, I wanted to fight, because I'm like, hold up, like what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I felt like I was being tested all the time or something like that. If it was just like, oh well, I remember what, I forgot what I did. I did something, and it was like I had like family over. She called me gay. She's like, "What, you gay or something?" Like, you know what I'm saying? But like for me as a kid, I'm like, what, like why you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for her, cause she grew up in that, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It
That's
wasn't-
just the
yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
It ain't. It's just she was taught that shit. So now it's me, and then like when I'm in school and somebody calls me that or something, even if they joking, I'm trying to squabble. Like we
Yeah.
are not like, no, we trying to fight. And jokes will come, cause like that's what people joke about sometimes. Like, oh man, you gay as hell. Da, da. I'm trying to fight. I don't care if you my family or not. I want to fight you because I'm angry.
Yeah, because
you know what I'm
words
saying?
matter, bro.
Exactly. But like I'm to the point where I'm trying to dial that back, because like the words "I love you" for me don't really mean shit, because like for, you know what I'm saying, a person to love you and do that to you, like, damn bro, like how you love me, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's what I'm learning with how we talked about with kids and stuff, the words "I love you" and like trying to words have meaning. So like when people say mean shit to me, I really don't pay attention to it. Like my girl could say something to me, I'm like, tuh, like whatever. It don't hurt me like it hurts her, because what I went through, you know what I'm saying? Cause I could be like, you could tell me you love me, but I'm like, you know, yeah, I love you too. But I don't really think about it, because I'm like, yeah, you
Yeah.
could say you love me, but
Say
do
you
some
love me.
fucked up shit if you really
Yeah,
wanted to.
exactly.
So that's the way I process it.
Yeah,
So if you
but
show me,
yeah,
I'm like, all right, yeah, you do love me. You know what I'm saying? It's just your actions. But like if someone says it, I'm like, yeah. Even like when I moved here, I thought like hugging my dad, or you know what I'm saying, or get him give me a kiss, I'd be like, hey man, chill out. Even my little brother, like, man, get the fuck off me. Like that's that shit that I grew up. I grew up
Yeah.
like this until I was like 25.
suppress your emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I
suppress 'em.
hug and kiss my
That
dad.
shit
I
down
don't
there.
give a shit. Like I'm
Yeah.
hugging and kiss my dad all the time, because I'm like, now I think about it, I'm like, damn, if you know what I'm saying, what if I lose him or something? You know, you never know what could happen.
Exactly. And
You
see,
know?
what, like you said, bro, we're not tapping into that until we're older. So as young men, we're in that patriarchy. So when your dad's giving you that, like, you know what I'm saying, you don't know how to take it. Like I said, I was so fortunate to see my dad be masculine, balance that, and feminine. You know what I'm saying? He was very cool under pressure. You know, but me, bro, I was toxic because, dude, I think because I just wanted, I was selfish for the most part. I was selfish. And I used my masculinity to get what I wanted, you know. So
I mean, that's how most men are.
big
That's
time,
what
bro.
we do.
That's what we do, and
if
we got to.
You ain't gonna give it to me. I'm gonna take it. Like that's just how we are.
It's hard for me to say that, but I can say that every time because I know that that's what I can honestly say that. Like I said, bro, realization, identification, and realization. Once you identify, bro, that you're a piece of shit, then you can start to grow, fam.
I just like, I mean, even my parents, everybody knew. I've just always been aggressive. Like, ain't no way I can't help it. Like, I'm aggressive.
So-
I'm calm, but like, if I get in an argument with you or something, I'm gonna be the aggressor in it. That's just, I'd rather me get there before you get me.
So
like,
that's
always been
why.
that way.
See, I think you'd benefit from like GOGI life tools because they have these GOGI life tools that, man, there's a lot of them with anger issues. I got anger issues. But there's these life tools that you use to kind of point, to identify and realize. And then the life, you know, there's all these different, and then like there's these support groups, these safe spaces are a great way for us men to try and balance our energies, our masculine and our, you know, feminine energy. And I think that's a great way. Support groups are a great way for men to get educated more on how to adapt in today's world of the new man. Because if you notice, these new men, these younger people, women, they ain't going for it. They don't want that toxic shit around them. And so us as men, we're in this rough place, and so we either adapt or we die. That's evolution, you know. And so, but as you get older, bro, you tend to gravitate that way anyway. So I'm just trying to help people who are in that space and try to get information out. So you know, if you're listening to the podcast and you feeling this,
I think this one will be beneficial because actually, I mean, even Efrain can probably go off of this one, but like the younger generation actually thrive off of toxic shit. Like we love toxic shit. That's just
my daughter.
That's how
loves
people
toxic.
are like people.
Oh, bro.
They're like, man, oh she did this.
Oh, bro.
Oh, she crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that. Like
Yeah.
hell no.
Yeah.
Now I'm older. I'm like I fucking hate that
Yeah.
shit. Like,
I'm
I don't
toxic,
want
but
that.
you gonna love it over here. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
ain't-
that.
I'm
That's
not.
that.
Like I'm cool. Like,
That's
I'm
that.
good. Because once you experience it, it's hell.
But look, but here's the thing though. How many times? That's cool. But then I don't know how many times I looked on social media, and I see women crying about some toxic man, or I see some man crying about some toxic woman. You know what I'm saying? And so it all really goes back to information, education, self-love, knowing who the fuck you are, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I mean, I think there's different forms of like just being toxic. Like you said, you do it at work. Like for me, I'm just a natural born hustler. Like I don't care if it was water and it was a shark. I could probably sell the water to a shark. Like
Yeah.
how they say. So when I'm at work and I do sales and I do recruiting, I feel like I can just let my toxicness out because the sales environment is toxic in general. So like I feel like I thrive more because I can let that energy out. Like as far as me talking to people and
Well,
what I'm
I guess, see, if you're in control of your brain, bro, you can operate from that and know where you're at and then know when to switch that bitch off. Does that make sense, bro? I mean, because I know what I've learned is that, you know, when I'm operating, when it's the boss of my brain, it's usually I'm trying to give emotional support. That's when I tap into that. But when I'm trying to make decisions, I'm not trying to tap in my emotional part. I'm trying to tap into this front part where I'm making critical, decisions, bro. I'm not operating from the back, which is your old habits, because that's anger, resentment, shit like that. So if men know, and these are information, bro, I am not a psychologist. I ain't got no motherfucking degrees, bro. I'm just a dude who is a sponge for information and somebody who's, we talk about social media, bro. I'm a man of action though. Like you hear our friends, bro. They talk, but they ain't doing nothing. Does that make sense? I'm about that action. And so when you talk about how do we heal, I'm trying to find out how we heal, and I'm gonna come back with some information that could be useful to my circle, and that's really what I've been doing lately. And like anything else, bro, we go back to K.A.V.A. It always starts from that space, bro. Being a kind person, keeping people aware, positive. Those are all masculine and feminine energy that, you know what I'm saying, that are helpful. So all that shit ties in, man.
Yeah, because like back to it, just bringing up different levels. Like sports is super toxic for one.
Yeah. And it
doesn't
shouldn't
matter
be.
it shouldn't, but it's anything you do. Because like even me, like I'm not gonna lie. For instance, this weekend, I was so upset about losing. I'm not thinking about my girl trying to comfort me, and she said the words that you should never say to a person playing football or just ever play like semi-pro professional. Well, you should just play for fun, and you don't get paid. Oh my god! Like, I'm like, motherfucker, I don't like. What do you mean? This is for fun. I play to win. Like, and me not to even notice, like, she's trying to comfort me. I'm like, motherfucker, like, we play to win. Like, I'm a fucking winner. I struggle with stuff like that.
See, there's the masculine energy, positive, that is being competitive. Toxic masculinity is to win at all costs.
Yeah,
you know what
and
I'm
that's
saying?
me.
That's the line. And so, yeah, you have to kind of
Dial back.
yeah, or just realize what it is and just then hold yourself accountable. Damn, I fucking want to win at all costs. You'll be surprised what you do when you admit shit like, damn, I want to win at all costs. It's like admitting. And then boom, the front part of your brain just kicks in, bro. And all of a sudden, maybe in 2 days, you're making another decision.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, for work, for sales, sell at all costs. That's why I like to do it. That's
Toxic.
like, I'm like, motherfucker, what? You can't sell this? Oh, psh, man, I'll sell
And
it.
that
Like that's just how I am.
it's all generational, bro. All patriarchy, bro. It's from that dominating. We gotta be the best. That all comes from patriarchy. You know what I'm saying? That dominate, man. You can't suppress your pride and your anger is the only emotions you can let out. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, none of that nurturing shit. And we, keep that gay shit. You know what I mean? We associate it with homosexual, and it's not true, bro. We all have it. We just don't tap into it. And if you notice, bro, Steve Jobs, he's an example. Nikola Tesla, examples of men with balance. You know what I'm saying? Of masculine and feminine energy. There's a lot of men like that. My dad was one. You know what I'm saying? I I like to think that I'm learning, to balance that. But not only that, bro, especially men who are looking for relationships, bro. A woman don't want to be with no dumbass, no simple ass. A woman wants to be with a man who's confident. And if a man is showing a toxic form of confidence, she's gonna read that. You know what I'm saying? And if I think if men tap into their feminine energy and be more open and be more vulnerable, not in a trying to get laid way, just be vulnerable. Just talk to them about something personal. Dude, I can have a conversation with any woman, any man, and that's what it is, because I'm trying to just make a connection. You know what I'm saying? And if the connection you want to make is one that you want to go on a date, that kind of comes out in your conversation if you're, you know what I'm saying? But women, for the most part, women can read that and they be like, this dude don't know what he's talking about. Or I like, you know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah. I mean, I struggle because, like, I mean, I'm not good with, like, touching or even speaking about my feelings. Like, you could ask me how I feel, and I'm like, I don't know.
it's always like, I told you. It's
Yeah.
always anger, like,
Yeah,
I
like
told you.
just told you.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
that's me.
That's where I come off.
That was me.
Because if I repeat myself more than twice, I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
motherfucker, like, hey, chill out. Like, why you ask me the same thing twice? Like, you heard me say it the first time. So if you ask me 3 times, I'm like, all right, I'm losing it. Like, I
Yeah,
lost
and
it.
lose it.
Yeah,
Like,
and
lose it.
actually lose it.
Yeah.
Because
And then you like,
then I don't even know why I did
yeah.
it.
And then you get it out.
you're like, damn.
Yeah, because you have already released that emotion. But at that point, it's like so dangerous and volatile, bro. Whereas if we're in touch with that emotion, bro, you can. That's how I was as a young kid, bro. I didn't know how to tell somebody I was hurt by them making fun of me speaking. I didn't know how to speak English. I didn't know how to say you're making fun of me. So what I do, I just punch you in the mouth, bro. Because I didn't know how to. I'm hurt. I didn't know how to say that. I just punch you in the mouth.
And that's where I get in trouble because, like, I was telling you, my mom, we would use words to hurt each other. It ain't
Yeah.
we ain't hitting
Oh
each other.
my God.
It's the words.
The
you know what I'm saying?
words.
And you cut me, I'm gonna cut you.
Ooh, the
That's-
worst offender, you know?
So, like, I struggle now too because, like, when people say something to me and I know you're trying to hurt me, I got you. Like, okay, I got something for you. And I'm and it's like, oh, I can't believe you said that. But it's like, that's where that pride, like you said, pride gets in the way.
Yeah, because that's the only two emotions you're going to show: anger, pride. You're not going to show hurt because that's gay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
like
feminine.
soft. Yeah.
That's soft.
Soft.
That's weak.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really not, bro. It's saying, hey, bro, I don't. And if you can find me, bro, I'm learning how to use that shit to my power, bro. I'll tell a motherfucker real quick, in a very nice way. I don't play that shit. Get out of my face. But I'll tell them in a very masculine way without being toxic. Excuse me, sir, I don't appreciate you talking to me like that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes all it is. And they can feel that energy, bro. I look direct eye contact, confidence. You know what I'm saying? I'm not toxic. I'm telling you right in your face. Look, I don't appreciate that. Me and my family, I don't appreciate you disrespecting my family like that. Or back in the days, like, what you say, mother? You know, it was on and cracking. I learned losing my brother, how toxic that upbringing.
You just never know what could happen, man. To the wrong person.
To the wrong person,
have a
bro.
bad day. You never know what could happen. They could just.
You see it you see it in road rage. People lose it behind the wheel. They're not even the same person. That shit is, you lose it.
Never know what somebody else is thinking, what they got on them. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I tell people, and it's weird that I can be angry and I can also like take a step back. Fighting wise, like I don't even try to fight in public or nothing. I mean, now if I know it might be in a closed environment and it's getting to that point, then
Yeah.
maybe. But like just thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like I've even had to like dial back my girl, like, hey, you need to be careful
Yeah.
because you don't know what can happen. She always gives me this saying, well, this is Utah. Like, hey, I didn't have some friends.
Yeah, it's even worse
You know what I'm
because
saying?
here, and
People
well,
got something
just
to
these
prove here.
this day and age, not just here, not it's just not here, but it's just this day and age. There's no respect for life,
No.
and people like it's like video game, bro. They think they got multiple
Think they
lives.
invincible.
Yeah,
You know
they
what
think
I'm
they're
saying?
invincible. So you gotta be careful with that. That's why it's even more crucial to be careful to balance that energy. And bro, for me to I'm able to confidently do it because, for the most part, bro, people that know me know just being real is. Does that make sense? Just being authentic, bro. Being authentic is just that's really all we can do.
I mean, I feel like people respect that more in general.
Yeah,
anyway, though.
bro. Yeah,
Like, cause I mean, obviously, football days,
Yeah.
who on the team is real,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
motherfuckers that's just
Toxic in
that's
front.
that's who this
Yeah.
person is. You ain't gonna call them out. You just gonna, yeah, we know, we
Yeah.
still love you though.
Yeah,
but-
we said because we're
cause we're family, obviously. But like the real people, everybody fucked with them. But like there's certain ones people was like, I don't mess with him. Some did, some don't. That's just how it goes. But
And we were able to use football though. If you notice, bro, the Rev, our team, we used that as a safe space. If you notice, bro, we told each other how much we loved each other all the time, bro. You know what I'm saying? We invited our family. We were very in tune with our. If you notice, that's why we were successful, bro. Like they couldn't touch us because we were good athletes, bro. But bro, we were so together because we were tapped into that. We were balanced, bro. You had a bunch of dudes on the other team just toxic. Here we are, tapped into our who the fuck we are. We're being competitive. We're showing sportsmanship. Whoop your ass. We rolling out. You know what I'm saying? Those. I don't know how the team is now. But I mean, like any successful team.
I just remember them car rides like to Idaho and shit. That's when most of the conversations would take place in the car.
That's a safe space, right?
Yeah, in the
Yeah,
cars, like
bro.
you know what I'm saying? We get tired of listening to the radio. We just talk. Like I remember Charlie Peterson. Charlie Peterson gave me a financial talk.
Right, bro.
From Salt Lake City
Oh,
all the way
bro.
to Idaho. It's like, you know what you need to do? You just need to win big. Just go buy a fucking duplex.
That's
Stuff like that. Or
and he's the type that'll do it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Oh man,
Yeah.
Charlie will do it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Charlie do it. We do not fuck around. Charlie don't. But he was talking about relationships. Me and him and then you had Zach and all the
Yeah.
other guys talking, and they're just giving us like the just gems. Like, hey,
Yeah,
you
man.
find women, you need to do this. You need to make sure this.
But look
this,
how much
this.
you grew in that in that time, bro. We were all different
Right.
after experience. That's why that Revoluso, that brotherhood, it was different back then, bro. Because we were a safe space for each other, bro. You know what I mean? Like
whatever we had going.
whatever
on
we
at
had going
home,
on,
we
bro.
dropped it there, and we was like,
yeah,
let's
and then
ball, you
we
know
were
what I'm
helping
saying?
each other. Hey, I gotta move, or we gotta, you know what I'm saying? There's so many spaces that men can take advantage of, and so many support groups. But I think what happens is toxic masculinity in our world of patriarchy and competition and trying to one up each other takes away from these safe spaces, and they become toxic spaces. And the way our politics work, bro, people are taking sides. Like you can't even. Church used to be a safe space, and now, for the most part, you can't even, it used to be a safe space. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the politics have gotten into our, in our religion. So
I mean, not only that, it's just society in general America's toxic. Like,
toxic.
I mean, the whole society is basically win at all costs. I mean,
Yeah.
when you know what I'm saying, go to colleges, you see kids, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Whoever's the best gets the ribbon, or whoever's the best gets this gold medal.
Oh, bro.
And the rest of y'all piss off. That's just how America is.
Olympics, bro.
Yeah.
We keep counts of our
Yeah,
medals.
winners win, losers lose. That's America. Like, that's the way we look at it. Win at all costs.
And
So I feel like and everybody's chasing this American dream. I'm a product of that. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So for you to bring that up, that's a big like that low key opened
Yeah.
my eyes in a weird
Right,
way.
bro. When I saw
So
that, bro. But then how do it, you keep saying, how do we do it though? How do we like anything else, bro? Education. You start to educate yourself, read more. You start to realize, okay, that's what it is. America's toxic. We just admit, you know, I'm toxic. You know what I'm saying? Once you realize, then you start getting information. Okay, why am I toxic? Oh shit, I do that. I start to read shit, and then you start. Okay, I want to learn more. I'm gonna join this men's group. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna tell me, oh, okay, it's that life too. Oh, okay, that's what I'm doing. And then that's how you grow, bro. And that that's what's happened to me. This journey started a year ago after I left this podcast. Took these losses, forced me to deal with healing, and it just took me to meeting these great people like Pictar, Susie, you know what I'm saying, and then these these safe spaces, bro. So like on Monday, bro. So as far as safe spaces go, on Monday, bro, this is what my week looks like. On Monday, I go every other Monday. I come here because Greg has a mental men with the men in parentheses mental Monday, where we it's a vulnerable space where we talking about what we're feeling, what we can do to help each other, and then every other Monday I go to Akasha, who's a yoga instructor, and she does Yin yoga and Midra yoga. But I'm tapped into my feminine energy when I'm at Akasha's place on Monday, bro, and it's a yoga class where a lot of breathing, holding poses for a long time, and then it helps me heal because what I found out with Akasha is that we hold a lot of our trauma in our ligaments and in our muscles. And so breathing and breathing long breaths, it helps us heal, identify, you know what I'm saying, gets us in a safe space. So Akasha's been great on Mondays with that. And I actually so what happened when I first saw her, bro, my wife took me there because my wife went to see her for a 6 week trauma training. She took me to, and then my wife was like, "You need to come with me on Monday." So I went, and the first thing Akasha said to me after was, "I'd like to get a one-on-one with you because I could feel certain energy." And so I went to go see her, and she did, is it Reiki yoga? I think it is. And she did that kind of yoga, and bro, she tapped into she got to talking about all my old trauma and all my childhood. And she went all the way back to the 6 year old me, bro. And that shit, I never thought about the 6 year old. That's where all my trauma started, fam. 6 years old. I when she said that, I went right back to that space, bro. And she told me, you need to tell that little boy, he's gonna be okay. Or have your brother sit with him. And that shit deep, right? And so I'm like, okay, cool. So after, bro, she leaves and says, "Okay, I'm gonna give you a few minutes." She leaves, bro, and like I lay there, bro, for 5 minutes, like convulsing and sobbing, bro, like crying. I couldn't even stop, fam. And she had told me you need to forgive yourself. And like, oh my God, bro, I just started. I was like shaking, bro, and I didn't know why. And I said, "I don't know why I'm crying." And she says, you're releasing all that." And bro, I walked out that bitch like light as a feather, fam. And like so, Akasha, a great space, for men to tap into their yoga is a great way to tap into that feminine energy, bro. And it helps. It helps breathing help. Athletes, bro, what do we do when we're nervous? We take a deep breath, bro. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I mean, because even for me, like I was saying with work and stuff, having a son, not feeling like I'm having enough alone time, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm rushed with everything. The last weekend, I just meditated by myself. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I could, I was getting up early. If my son went downstairs, I'm breathing like, okay, like I'm fine. Cause like for me, I have this personality of I gotta win at all costs. I need to make sure my family gets this. I need to, you know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of pressure
It's
on
a
these
lot of
gender
pressure.
roles. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't even say it's gender roles. It's just me as a person. If I don't have this, I feel like I'm failing. You know what I'm saying? And for me, when I wake up, I have to meditate so I can calm myself down. Cause like
To
I have
realize,
my ego will
Yes.
kick in like, motherfucker, you are
Yeah.
the shit. You
yeah,
you're
better
gonna
get
win.
it.
You're gonna get this. Like that's just how I am. So like I had to meditate for a straight weekend for me to feel like calm.
That
'Cause,
it's
like,
okay if you don't.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you have to
okay
say
if I
it's
don't.
okay if you don't make
Yeah.
it today. It's okay. Yeah.
But like I don't know, it's weird for me too because at the same time when I do that and then I do hit the goal, man, I'm that nigga. I don't know what's wrong.
So
Like,
let me
I
ask
did
you:
it.
do you feel a certain time? Do you feel a certain way after you recognize that? I mean, do you? Is there like a relief, or is there like
It's a
when you
relief.
when you realize you're like, oh shit, that's what it is. Like, damn.
It's I don't know. I think I'm just so like I'm just driven. Like that's
See,
just
and
my
you know
personality.
that's the realization.
Just
You're goal driven.
Yeah, like if you give me a goal in a task and you tell me I can't do it or you tell me it's impossible, I'm going to try until I die. That's just my like you
Yeah,
see
and
me in
that's-
football.
Yeah, and that's great
Mhm.
to a point, and you have to watch
Yeah,
it where
it
it
becomes
becomes toxic. Yeah, as far as I can tell, it's okay in the workplace because you're trying to thrive. You're trying to.
But the problem is I'm
but-
not taking it. I'm taking it home.
Okay, yeah,
That's the
and
problem. I
yeah.
bring it home and it affects everybody around me.
Oh yeah, because you vibrate high probably. So
Mhm.
when you, when you're
Mhm.
mad, people can feel that energy.
Yeah, but it's just like I'm so go 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 go. I'm not even taking time to what I'm saying on my relationship. I'm just like I'm just in it. Like you can't get me out that mindset sometimes. Yeah, I'm just in it. I'm ready to fucking win. You know what I'm saying? And like my girl be like, oh, like you want to watch a movie or something? I'm so focused on trying to what I got to do tomorrow, what sales I need to
Yeah,
make,
you
how much
not
money
yeah.
I need.
You guys
over
not
here.
spending no time together.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. Yeah, I think we all do, bro.
I feel like
I
all
can-
men are that way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, because you're trying to make it happen based on this patriarchy upbringing of you gotta succeed as a man, and that just and in other we gotta find a way to you know let that not be the standard, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, like you said, it's great in the work environment, but if you're bringing it home and it's taught, you know, I'm just learning. I'm learning that with these tools, I'm just able to weave through life and weave through conversation, and then know when and for me, bro, that helps me. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can kind of problem solve, bro.
All right.
know
So
what I'm
are
saying?
you going to these like every day or like?
So yeah, so like every Monday, every other Monday I'll do the mental Monday, and then I'll do Akasha. But and then on Tuesday I do the GOGI Lifers, which is a Zoom, and this is one of my favorites, and it's like convicts who are just getting out or people who are trying to just find life tools to help them. And so GOGI started in prison, but then they have like over 150 coaches, life coaches, that facilitate these meetings, weekly meetings and stuff like that. And they've got like zero return rate back prison. All these coaches, none of them went back. But they have like 12, I want to say 12 life tools. And they go on calendar. Every Tuesday there's a different, and it's on calendar. And so these life tools help us make positive decisions, but it's great for convicts, bro, and you ought to see how they use it, bro. Like I said, bro, these people are just getting out, and they're using it, full advantage of it, and they're thriving in the community. And I'm learning these tools that we have them all, bro. We just never identified them. And like I said, bro, once I identified that shit, I took off running. I started researching. I'm like, damn. I started realizing that that's what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I started to like take advantage of some of the life tools, like the 5-second light switch, the belly breathing, all these amazing tools, bro. So that's Tuesday. And then on Thursday, I go to a K.A.V.A Talks, which is Commitment Against Violence Always. But K.A.V.A Talks is a local Zoom meeting also for Polynesian males to combat, talk about men issues and toxic masculinity. Last week I think we talked about like the Will Smith deal and like how we're dealing with shit like that. And like, so that's a space for men to like talk about and like their own experiences. So every time I leave these meetings, bro, I'm like, it's because I have to be in an empathetic. It puts me in an empathetic, a feminine, because you've got to be in that space. And bro, once you get in that space, you get in that space, you start to really get into it and really start to. That's when you start to heal, bro. And then when you're out of that, you can dissect it. So yeah, that's Thursday. So all week long, you know, I've got I've got these things going on, and that's I thought I would just do it once in a while, but I find that I can't do it. I can't do my day, my week, I go to unless I do Akasha yoga on Monday. I do the GOGI life on Tuesday. I do the K.A.V.A talks on Thursday, and then in my spare time, I'm always trying to advocate with Coco and Jakey and them and Slurm. Whenever they, you know, speaking of them, I'm gonna be a safe space. My house is gonna be a safe space this coming Saturday because we're all getting together, and we're gonna make some vision boards and just a safe space for my young friends, like Gracie and Jakey and all them guys and Kylie to come over and we want to vibe because they take on so much of the community. They work for this community, so they're taking on empathy. And they're in an empathetic place all week long. So I want to provide a safe space for them, and so that's actually been my mission, is to educate people and to be a safe space. You feel me? And so, and I want to actually challenge. I want to challenge your listeners and the homies to be a safe space, bro. And you don't need to have a meeting or anything. Your podcast, like I said, it's a amazing fucking safe space, bro. I'm here to. I mean, I'm just here just talking.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I never get this opportunity,
Right.
and so these things are just. But these are things that I think about. You know what I'm saying? And I have a place to pass that information out. It's amazing, bro. And so my challenge is for the homies like Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Graham, my man Greg, Will, all my friends. My man Desmond, my homie Shaky. All my day ones. I challenge them to be a safe space, and the homies are like, but not just to me. If you
To
notice,
themselves.
you notice you can be emotional. I can come to you, and you can get in an emotional place with me, but you can't with everybody. Does that make sense? So we have to learn that when men are asking for help, we need to recognize and
We gotta acknowledge it too.
acknowledge it and just get in the space, bro. You ain't got to tell everybody this mother was crying over here,
Yeah.
bro. He lost his job, and he don't know what to do, and he's having an issue, and he just wanted somebody to listen to. That, you know what I'm saying? We so that's kind of what I'm trying to do, and that takes. You have to be in a space though, bro, because look at me, bro. I'm a thug. You know what I'm saying? I come from a place of very toxic space, bro.
We all do, and that's the thing. Like I was saying, we just don't notice it until we get older, and like conversations like these happen. Because even me, like now that you brought it up, I'm like, damn, I'm low key toxic at work. I'm at home, like, goddamn,
Yeah,
I'm toxic.
you're holding
everywhere,
yourself
like,
accountable though, bro, and
exactly.
that's
Like,
growth,
damn.
fam. That's growth.
Yeah, at least I can admit it took a while
Yeah,
to get
bro.
there. But as far as, you know what I'm saying, I know you wanted to talk about the safe spaces because we're coming up on an hour. Where can they find these things at to get to?
Well, the information I have, I was go- I was wondering if there's I can if there's a way you guys can post it. But for everything else, it's local, really. I know Akasha is located in Sugar House, and she has a friend who's that's another thing I want to talk to you about. There's a workshop for your followers. If I can put that out there after I leave with a friend of mine named Paul, and he's doing a workshop about masculine and feminine energy. It's a workshop, and it's like $200, I think. But I'll have the information after. But that if you can put it on your podcast. But he's doing a 6-week workshop about tapping into that, and I'm gonna take advantage of it. And so there's availability for about 12 or 14 men. So that and Akasha, she's out in Sugar House, and I think it's Mosaic Yoga. Also, I'll provide that information. but she has a couple workshops. She has a Kundalini yoga class on Friday. I think she has some other stuff. So you can look on her website. I'll provide that, after I leave. And then PICTAR, which is a Pacific. It's an acronym for Pacific Island Knowledge to Action Resource. And so this resource center, bro, is for my culture, for my Pacific Island, to the resources. And Susie and Sincera and Jakey and all the girls there, they're amazing. And so they're a resource to help families in need. There's money available, funding available to help some of these families pay rent and some. So and so they have a website, and you can get the link on their website for the GOGI live meetings that I go to and there's Zoom meetings that I go to on Tuesday, and then also the link on their website for the K.A.V.A talks. And it's not limited to Polynesian men; it's for all men, And it's, like I said, it's just another safe space, and you don't even have to. You can just come in there and just chill and just listen and get the information. But so, hopefully I can get the information out there, and I leave on your podcast. But I feel like these safe spaces are needed in today's generation of men because, like I said, bro, we have to evolve as men, and not so much just for society, but just for our loved ones, because
Yeah, I definitely agree. Because, like I was saying, I mean, now that I notice, I take my toxic energy from home to all the way to work, and I come back home with the same energy. So it's just like it's crazy.
You're gonna figure,
Yeah. Now
hopefully
that I
you
think
can
about
figure
that,
out a positive decision.
Yeah. So I really appreciate you coming on, man. This one's a little special because, like I said, you're the first one on.
Yeah,
we're hitting a year now. Now you back on, so this
man.
is great to have you back on, man. Is there anything else you want people to take from the pod?
Yeah, I just wanna say, like, I'm not like this person who, like, I'm just a normal dude, bro. This stuff that I learned, I didn't get from no teacher. These are all life experiences that I went to a dark place dark place to learn this. And I got my self-help through self-love and self-accountability. And I did it because I matter, because I love who I am, and I want to make a change. And the people that I love, the people that count on me, they need me to be strong. And so, you know, it's a little ego, but also it's a way to, like, give purpose to my life. And so I want to be able to help men go through these emotions and help kind of we navigate through the world, because I know, bro, I was that toxic dude. And so if I can do it, bro, and I can balance and I can try to make these moves, bro, you know, then like I said, bro, I'm toxic, but you're gonna love it over here. That's cool, but it's not cool. It's okay to be to have a masculine and a feminine energy. What's not cool is being toxic, because but that's my opinion. And so, like I said, this take what I say for the grain with the grain of salt. But what I really mean to say is educate yourself. You don't need no teacher. All you need is your life experience. And your struggles and your life experiences, they're your biggest teachers. So
I agree with that, man. I love it. I love
yeah,
it.
man. I
Hey,
appreciate
man.
you though, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, bro?
of course.
You're a safe space, bro. You and Ephraim provide this space for a man, and I'm, I'm proud to be in this space. So I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on and sharing your experiences with us, man. I really appreciate that, bro. Um, I also do want to let people know here on Mondays, I believe at 7, right? It's at 7. We have Mental Mondays. So if anybody, any guys, it is for men only right now. Sorry, we do Wednesdays is women, so y'all gonna take a break for a minute. But for men, on Mondays at 7, we are holding something here at the shop at Empire Style. So if anybody wants to come talk and express themselves, just let us know. But hey, that's all we got for the pod today. I'll see you guys next week.